Well, become life licensed between August 30th and December 2024. You are getting a 2%er. And then you can get 200,000 takeover when the RVPs, your leader in that office, has new life licenses that explode. And guys, we're so excited for the next big event. The Builder School that we just had here in Michigan was unbelievable. It was amazing. And we've got the January kickoff that's going to be in Florida. What a better opportunity for those of us in Michigan to leave to be in Florida. So get your tickets now. Get your early bird admission. Scan that QR code, and you're not going to want to miss the Builder School in January. It's going to be unbelievable. And you're still in it. You're still in it for Seize the Thrill. For Universal Studios, guys, this trip is the trip of a lifetime. It's unbelievable. Take the kids. You just all the rides, unlimited. It is a party after dark. It's so cool watching all the other people leave the park, and then Primerica only after a certain time frame. And it's just, there's no lines, all the food you can imagine. It's amazing. And guys, that's it. So we're going to get kicked off here on a panel. These are your regional vice president leaders here. We're going to go through closing business at month end. We're going to give you some tips. I don't believe there's really any sort of tricks, but maybe. But what we're going to cover is just some things that you can do between now and midnight tonight to not only, some of you already have momentum. Some of you have a lot of things rocking and rolling, but how can we take that momentum and close business before the month's over? And maybe some of you just haven't closed a piece of business yet, and you're just hanging on by a thread. You can do this. You can close business, and we'll kind of pass it around the horn. But I'll jump in here real quick, and I'll tell you, when you are a month-end warrior, when you are somebody that goes and fights until that midnight deadline, guys, I can't tell you how many times I look back and I think back to some strategic month ends where I had closed 6,000-7,000 in premium in one day on month end. And what that allows for you mentally. So what that's going to do for you now, this month, when you close this month with a few apps underneath you, it allows you to say next month. It allows you to say 6 months from now. It allows you when you're going for your regional vice president run. It allows you when you're going for your watch, for your ring, right? 50,000 in income, 100,000 in income. It allows you to go, I've been here before. I can do it again. And that's the power of month end. So, me personally, I'll give you guys some tips that where I've done some hunting, where I have kind of found a lot of my month-end stuff is I'll go through some previous clients. So is there any previous clients that maybe their policies has lapsed, or maybe we said we were going to get back together and we never did? Maybe, times has changed. And so reaching out to people that are already existing clients is super easy to generate some activity there. And these guys were coaching me. We only need to have the baby for 5 days to add a child rider. So y'all can expect a child rider to get added today. But that's kind of some of the tips and tricks. We'll send it around the horn. Sandra, I know you've been a month-end closer. I've watched you explode on month-end. I've watched you for your regional vice president runs. What are some things that you do to really ramp up on month-end on a day like today?
Yeah, that's a great question. So I feel like for me, it's just contacting anybody and everybody, right? Even like recruits or people who, had joined the business in the past. Maybe they're not like super active right now, or they haven't gotten licensed, right? Or something like that. You can always go through that list of people and call them. And you'll be surprised, like, I don't know, that just the more people you talk to, you're going to hit something, right? Like just odds are, right? Like if you make 100 calls, you're going to stumble across something that somebody needs something, right? So it's just really, really, really high activity, I would say. And just don't be afraid to call everybody.
I love that. That's awesome. The guy that taught me how to be a month-end closer was actually Jerome Cooper. So Jerome, we want to hear from the people. We want to hear from the month-end warrior himself. You are the month-end closer for sure.
Yeah. Usually one of the tips, because all the tips that you guys have given so far are really good and everything that I would do as well. But looking within your downline as well. Like you have teammates that are maybe close to promotions, close to bonuses and these type of things. And obviously want to do it the right way, right? Want to make sure we can have a financial needs analysis done and maybe a pack attached to it, whatever. They're in market. You want to do things the right way, but you do have teammates that you can start working through, especially some of our teammates that have had, larger recruiting months where they're double-digit recruiting, 20+ teammates they brought on this month. In that downline, you have a lot of opportunities there. So, I would look there.
That's a good point too. And when you're talking about downline stuff, I think, we just got done talking about seize the thrill, right? Like who's close to getting bonus points underneath you or in your organization that you can help achieve some extra bonus points for Disney right now, because that's a big deal too. So good point there, Jerome. How about you, Dan? I know you have always been a month-end warrior. You've always submitted multiple apps on month-end and explode. So what's some things you got hanging on over there?
Yeah, so one of the biggest things that I'll do is go back and look at any kitchen table appointment, especially personal appointments. Why it's important to set personal KTs, but I'll go back and look at like any personal KT that I ran, or like if I ran it, so like if I'm training, let's say I'm training Jeff, like if I ran it, I have their number in my calendar. And so I'm going to just give them a call and follow back up with them and see if I can't get on with them. That's one place. The other thing is any of my personal kitchen tables that either didn't show up or didn't close or anything like that, I'll follow up with those as well. Obviously I know those people, so it's a little bit easier than, calling Jeff's cousin and being like, hey, did you, you know what I mean? So that's why you do have to set your own appointments, I believe. But those are two places. And then Nate, you kind of started off with one of the things that I do all the time is I'll go back through and once a month I call every lapsed policy, every NTO, at least from the last year and a half. Like, and that's primarily to like save QBI, but outside of what is it, 11 months or whatever, like those are all new apps if you write them. So like it's kind of a double whammy there. Like you can, like I could call them and be like, hey, Nate and Mel reopened their policy. Can we get this old one off my QBI? And they will, because they see that you put it back on usually. Not always, but usually. But then it's also new submitted business. So it's new production, you get paid for all that kind of stuff. So it helps with your bonuses and things like that.
That's so good. Yeah, that's great advice. And another area, guys, for I want to tread lightly here, but for me, sometimes it just takes a little momentum, right? It takes a little bit of extra to get things going. So as our income continue to increase in Primerica, right, so should our coverage. We were talking a little bit about this beforehand, like Mel and I, we have a business owner policy, we have our personal policy, of course, and then we have a trust. And we have some key man things. So we've got 4 million in coverage, and that's because we practice what we preach, right? If we've got 400,000 in income, 10 times our income is 4 million. And guess what? She loves me enough to where she hasn't offed me yet. You know what I'm saying, Leah? Like Leah, she loves me. So 4 million is still not enough. But there's always an opportunity to really think about your coverage. Do you have adequate coverage? How's your child rider structure? Now, don't add coverage and not, if you don't need it or keep it, right? You want to do things right and the effective way. But there's been some times where you want to create some momentum. I've increased my coverage because we needed it, but also because it created new business, it created cash flow, and then it created the momentum for month end. So Jackie, you have always dominated month end. You guys are all getting ready to click 20,000 in premium this month. Super proud of you guys and what you've got going on right now. What's some of the things that you've done and things to help others?
Yeah, I guess with everything that is going on too, I'll share to the brand new person that's on our call tonight as well too, right? Maybe you're like, what is month end? Why is everybody so about it, right? Because I know when I first started in the business, my regional vice president, Shane Douglas, is like, oh my gosh, month end. And I'm like, what the heck is month end? And everybody's so fired up about it. And why is it so exciting? That's how my mindset was when I first started. And I think, one of the things, guys, that I realized is how you end October is how you're going to start November. And you got to keep that in mind, you guys. So for my newest new folks on here, maybe you've been in the business for a few days, or maybe, hey, maybe a couple weeks or a couple months. How you end today is how you're going to start November. And so that's how you have to keep that mindset to you guys as you begin to grow your business. And so Jarrell and I are very adamant about, hey, we got to close out this month strong. We have to see like, hey, even though maybe today's a lighter day, maybe we haven't done what we needed to do today, right? But what we do today is going to compound, you guys. That's what's beautiful about being in business, is thinking about, okay, so maybe I'm not having a high activity day today, but how can I allow for that to compound into my month of November? And so, guys, I just recommend you guys, like, for those of you that are just now stepping into business, growing your business as well too, think about, hey, can I get with my trainer, get with my regional vice president, and hey, how can I make money this month? How can I impact families this month? How can I learn more about money and finance this month? And so you guys got to keep those things in mind as well too, of coming into this as well. And kind of touching base on what Dan said as well too, you guys, like, follow-up's key. Fortune is in the follow-up. And I have a board literally right here where I have written out some follow-ups that I needed to do today. So that's something that I have in front of me every single day of, hey, have I touched bases with this person? Hey, I know they were thinking about getting started. They were thinking about improving their finances. So I'm just always keeping that in front of me to you guys, because if you don't have it in front of you, it's just a wish. It's going to go out the window. It's not going to be on your brain. So if you want to get something done and you want to get something completed, you got to keep it in front of you. So that's kind of my biggest thing when it comes down to it too, Nate, and kind of delivering that value to you guys as well. So
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
And yeah, being the month end, a month end closer for your team. Like you said, like that, you get to be the teammate that creates the momentum. Jeff, I know you have plenty of month ends, and you have also taught me tons of things around month end, and just what's some things that you have that you've done in the past that's really helped you out with month end.
Thanks, Nate. So yeah, I mean, I've been in the business a while. So the good news is the longer you're in the business, the more opportunities you'll have to close business on month end. All these great things that these leaders are sharing with you, may not apply to you right now being a new person, but when you become a veteran, doubling back with clients, people that didn't do business with you, all that other stuff. But for the newest person, and this applies to us too, is go to your chicken list. Okay. We've talked about that before. The chicken list of the people that would either be great at this business or have a need for what we offer, and you're just too scared to talk to them. And as a veteran, even all of us, I can guarantee you have a couple names on that chicken list. Okay. But as a veteran, okay, we're human too, right? But but our list is a lot shorter than a brand new person. When I was a brand new person, my chicken list was a mile long. Okay. Start with those people. Go to those people first. They're the people that are going to help you the most. And I know, like Ian, the founder of Relentless, a lot of us, obviously come from his hierarchy, or all of us come from this hierarchy, shared with us, like, don't be afraid to ask your family and friends for help. Like, hey, I'm about ready to get a big promotion. I'm about ready to get a field training sale that will help me get a bonus. I need your help. Who do you know? Who do you know? Who do you know? Right? And be specific of what you're asking for. Like, I've been trained to like ask, who do you know, is kind of sometimes just such a vague question that people can't specifically answer. Okay. Because their mind is kind of racing. If you notice, when we do field training appointments, we say, what's better for you today or tomorrow? We don't say, hey, what looks better for you next week? We're always giving them kind of a choice, because the brain can wrap around that. So when I'm going back to my friends, my clients, no matter who I'm talking with, I'm asking them what are some of the life-changing events that can happen to people that would result in them wanting to either come on board as a business partner or buy something from me. What is that? It's people that just got married. It's people that just had babies, Nate and Mel, right? It's people that just changed jobs. It's people that just bought a house. So I'm like calling my friends tonight. I'm calling my siblings. I'm calling my relatives. And I'm just saying, hey, listen, Who do you know that just experienced some of those life changes? I need to talk to them. I need to talk to them immediately. That's what I would do, guys. I would kind of lead them. I would tell them exactly what I'm looking for. And usually if you ask specific things, you'll get specific results and answers.
That's so good, Jeff. I mean, even just mentioning the chicken list, like for the newest new people or those that are even newer in the business, like your chicken list, we all have a chicken list or had a chicken list. And guys, some of our greatest associates on our greatest clients are on that list. And I will say, because for me, is it takes the sense of urge to win, takes out my fear of contacting somebody. And look, we've all have a fear or, like worried about what people think of us, right? What would happen for me in month end is I would care more about what the right people thought of me at month end. My leaders, my, people that I wanted to be around, people I wanted to emulate, so that desire definitely outtook the worrisome about who's, what's this person going to think of me calling them at month end for, for some help. And Jeff, you did such a good job about being specific. My goodness, like that is just so good of an ask of like, hey, who do you know that's married, owns a home, has kids, and God forbid they were to pass away, could, would want to make sure they have the right life insurance in place. And then the other thing right now, guys, is you're creating your momentum for next month. Jackie, you did a great job talking about that, because what you're going to do, just like Cassandra said, is you're going to reach out to so many people in order to get 1 or 2 closes in before the month's over. But that reach out to 100 people, like she said, is going to create your momentum, your follow-up. They're going to get back with you maybe tomorrow. They're going to get back with you this weekend. And you're going to create so much momentum for November. It's going to be explosive. It's amazing. So Jerome, what else? What else you got out there for the people?
Yeah, so I think, kind of piggybacking off that, it's so easy because, hey, it's month end. Like right now, we only got about 5 hours left in the month. It's so easy to say like, hey, this month is over, but I'm gonna save this and hold this until the following month, right? And that's a lag mindset. We want to have an abundance mindset. Also what I thought about when you were talking there, Nate, was even though Cass talked about making the 100 calls, reaching out, and you might make those 100 calls to get 2 or 3 transactions, but it's going to kind of front load and jumpstart your November. It made me think of what was the quote is a wise man does today what a fool puts off until tomorrow, right? So go and do it today. Let the dice fall where they may. You're gonna get some stuff out of that, but you'll be in a much better position, going into November. Kind of just a mindset shift there.
Yeah, I think that's Jerome. We used to, this is weird. We used to be in an office, right? And Jerome, I'll never forget being in the office on month end, sometimes 10, 11 o'clock at night. And we're just strong, just trying to dig up whatever business we could. Right. And I'll never forget, I think it was you or somebody else, don't put off an app to next month because you think it's going to help you. Because what's going to happen is that's more of a me player than a team player. Because when you do that, so how you do one thing is how you do everything, right? So if you push an app, you're like, it's easier to do this until next month. Like you made such a good point there. What happens is when you're getting ready to make that push for your 50K watch, you're getting ready to hit the ring, if you're fighting for you, but then your people may put it off until next month and say, hey, I'm going to wait until next month to submit that. And so when you're a team player at month end, man, that's it. Like this is fourth quarter right now. This is Friday Night Lights, literally Friday Night Lights training, but it is Friday Night Lights in the business on month end. So,
and being a team player doesn't necessarily mean you close something today, right? Like you went out there and you gave an effort today. You might miss, but you went out there and gave an effort. So that I player is like, hey, the month's over. I'm not doing anything. I'm not going to pick my phone up. I'm done for today. And the team is, and the rest of your teams, your leaders that are, making money, regional vice presidents, they're still out there hustling, right? So
Yeah.
that's good.
Yeah, it's so true. I mean, I literally messaged, we had 4 directs in the last week and a half, and then we obviously went in for the hospital for the baby. So we spent 5 days. We were in the hospital 5 days and lacked communication, right? If I'm just being honest, because we were wrapped up in it. And so I reached out to all 4 today, said, hey, let's get you going, right? And get the momentum going and started. You know, the other thing too, guys, is social media, right? You just had Halloween. I mean, heck, put out a Facebook post to right now, like literally right now. You could put out a Facebook post of 4 different candies. I don't care if it's Snickers, Reese's, whatever it is. Hey, what was your kid's favorite candy from last night? And what you're going to do there. So this might not be something for month end right now immediately, although it could be, it could lead to it. You're going to create a list. And what you do with little posts like this is, well, what I do, at least I'll just give you my piece, is that when I do posts like that, I'm really starting to collect data to who do I add to my list to follow up with. So some of you may have seen I created a Facebook post about, hey, I want all the dads to tell me, what did you take to the hospital? What were some like must-haves for the hospital stay for having a baby? I already had my bag packed. That bag had been packed. But what I was doing was creating a marketing tool so that I could have the dads comment, and if whoever wasn't on my contact list is now going to be on my hit list going forward. And so you could do that with just Halloween. We just had Halloween. Put out a post. Show me your kid's outfit and what was their favorite candy. And you can, dad tax. Yeah, I didn't get any dad tax because we didn't take Isla out. But that's a good thing, like you said, Jerome, to help momentum move forward, right? You're at least taking initiative on month end. So Cassandra, you've been dropping nuggets all night. I want to hear a little bit more. What are some things what else you got for the people?
I was just thinking that, I think it's really important that we push to have a lot of momentum in the beginning. So that way, by the end of the month, we don't have such a big stretch to hit our goals. And then also have your goal and then have your stretch goal. And let's say you want to do 10 by 10. Well, if you know your numbers and then you figure out what exactly you have to do 10 by 10, just double it, right? Then when you get to the end of the month, you're not going to be scrounging around trying to at least hit your goal. You're going to be way past that, right? And maybe then you're scrounging around to get 20, but that's exciting, right? So I think that's really important as well. Like today I met with about 4 of our teammates. We set a bunch of KTs, right? So that's not really going to help this month, but we've got some momentum going now for next week. So yeah, just start off strong. That way you're not scrambling too much. You hit your goals.
Hey, that's so good. And you know what you could do there, Cassie, is so you set your KTs, right? You guys did a great job setting your KTs. You could, if this is people that you know that you're close enough, you could call them back up and literally say, hey, I know we were supposed to meet next Tuesday, but we're up for a really big, the team's going for a big goal tonight. Is there any realm of possibility that we could hop on this Zoom within the next hour or two when I get off this training? You'd be shocked. You guys might be able to pull some weight on something like that. Jerizi has joined the party.
Let's go.
You are one of the greatest month-end warriors. I poked you a little bit beforehand, right? So I asked Jarrell and Jackie where their premium was. So they're at 18.6. And I'm like, you can't let this month go without 20. And I'll bet they're going to do 20, right? So Jarrell, how are you going to do it?
Just calling people. I just think being excited, right? Like I think people miss that piece about just being excited because they're so focused on like what to say to people and this and that. But if you just call people and just share your goal with them, like for example, Nate, I mean, you're not in the business, but like say you're a good friend of mine, which you are, right? But I'm like, bro, you and not like congratulations on the baby or whatever, right? Like do that first, but listen, and like you hear my excitement already, right? Like I'm just talking to Nate, but I'm already excited. My energy's up. I'm like, bro, I literally got a couple hours. I got a huge goal to hit this month, and I literally, in this case, I got 2 more families to help with life insurance. I'm not sure if you ever thought about it, but hey, listen, if you ever thought about doing life insurance, could you at least sit with me tonight for about 10, 15 minutes where we can just chat about it? And if it makes sense for you and your family, great. If it doesn't, I just appreciate you giving me 10, 15 minutes. And that's it. That's it, right? But see, my mindset with it too is I'm not worried about if you're not going to move forward or not. I'm like, hey, I'm just getting in front of people because at the end of the day, I get in front of lots and lots and lots of people. But hey, guess what? If I get in front of you today and you don't move forward, you know what I'm going to do, Nate? Hey, you know what? I really appreciate you and Mel taking out time today to connect with me. hey, I know we weren't able to move the ball forward today, but hey, do you at least know like one or two people that I maybe be able to call and talk to them about what I just shared with you in Mel tonight? And guess what? I'm asking. And it's crazy because Nate, earlier in the week, I think we're like, I mean, we closed a lot this week, right? And so I think earlier in the week we were honestly, and Jackie, correct me, I think we were like 12,000 or something come Monday. But literally every appointment I got on, I'm like, guys, listen, we have a huge goal this month. Who do you know that we can connect? Did you see value in what we did today? And then Jerome's like, yes, I did. Like, bro, okay, who do you know? And then like literally one lady the other day when I was talking to her, she was like, did we do my child's father yet? I said, I don't think so. She's like, can we do it right now? I said, actually, I got a call. I said, but can I call you like in 20 minutes? And she's like, yeah. I'm like, great, right? Because I was just making calls in between the appointments. And so then literally got on with her that same night that do her child's father. And then when I did, I said, thank you so much. She said, did I help you? I said, yes, you did. I'm that much closer. I like now I'm like, and I'm just doing a countdown with everybody. Like everybody wants to see you win, just that you got to pick up the phone and talk to people, right? We're so caught up in like, oh man, no one wants to help me. Did you make a call? No one wants to respond. Did you message somebody? Right? Like you got to do these things. You got to be willing to do it and just have a mindset like, I'm not worried about people that read me, leave me on read. I'm not worried about people that don't answer, right? I'm going to keep doing it until I get someone to say yes. When I get someone to say yes, I'm going to keep going again because like right now, like you heard me, I talk about it a lot. Like if you guys really see what's going on in the world right now, like there's a massive, massive need for what we do, right? And so when you understand that and you put that in your heart and say, hey, I just want to get in front of Jeff Miller, right? I want to get in front of the Dan Romais or whoever the case may be and just get in front of them, you'd be surprised how far you can go, right? I mean, you talked about that engagement, folks. I mean, that's great too. Like, what was your favorite trick-or-treating candy? People with Twix, Kit Kat, whatever, right? Almond Joy, right? Ill, but you know, like people are gonna say so many different things, and your thing is just gonna go viral, right? And so you just gotta be excited. You gotta be excited. You gotta tell yourself you're excited, and you just gotta understand that this is a process. You just gotta keep doing it every single day and stay consistent. But we're gonna knock it out, Nate. Look, I got a lady who said I can do her life insurance tonight, and so we'll knock that out, and then we'll be one more away. So
I know you are. That's why I poke. And say, so that's another thing too, is challenge your teammates, challenge your people, right? You are coaches and mentors to others. So pull them towards their goals, their dreams, and what they're accomplishing. Guys, this was a fantastic panel and a clinic on how to drum up activity, how to close the month strong, how to do things big, and just be a month-end closer and being the player that sets the team forward, right? Moves that ball forward. And so, Jeff, I love what you said. And make sure you're having fun too. Some of our greatest memories in this business are month-end, y'all. Why? Because when you're fighting for something you know that you can accomplish, I don't think there's any greater feeling, right? It's like being in the gym. Like you didn't want to do an extra rep, but you did. And so you felt better about yourself. That's the same as month end. So listen, we're fired up to send it on over to the incredible Dan Romai, who's got some recognition lined up for us this evening. Dan, take it away, brother.
All right. What's up, guys? Hey, happy Friday. Excited to be here with you all for some recognition. If I can figure out how to share my sound. Can you all hear this?
Yeah.
Sweet. Is it too loud or no?
No, it's great.
Perfect. I've done this once before, literally one time. So, all right, hey, we're gonna get into recognition if my computer will work. Eventually, maybe. All right, hey guys, put in the chat real quick while you're waiting for my computer to catch up. What was your biggest takeaway from the training tonight? What was your biggest little golden nugget you picked up? And while you're doing that, guys, we're gonna get into our Friday night live recognition. Maybe. Goodness gracious, my computer is so slow. I don't know what's happening. There we go. All right, personal recruits. 3 recruits. We're in 3rd place, excuse me. Oh, I'm struggling, guys. Pray for me, okay? Pray for my computer. We're just gonna go with 2nd place. We're gonna go with 2nd place, okay? Shelby Vandermeer, A.M.L. Brady, and Jason Harlow, guys, all with 3 direct recruits. Great job, guys. And there's only one number 1 recruit. Myself with 5. You think about that. That's good. Number 5. You're gonna get in. There we go. All right. Cassandra Rigney with 50. I guess the Cass and Jeff both have premium. Great job, guys. You have Sadie Hanks with $6. You have Taylor. $9,000. $444, guys. And there's only one number one in the investments this month in personal investment. That is Taylor and myself with $59,059, guys. Hey, contrary to what people say right here, you don't have to RVP to do so.
Every time my eyes are shut, I can't but imagine me and all my friends weaving in and out of traffic. Every move we make will tip the planet off its axis. You can hear the passion dripping through the melody.
And if you can, turn that music off.
Got you.
Every little blessing finds its way right back to me. So I spread it with my folk. Hey, I be playing shows in Ibiza, chef it up like.
My computer hates me today, guys.
Boom. There you go.
I don't know why my computer is going so slow. I'm sorry. But all right. So let's see. Personal or team recruits below RVP. We have a 90 million way tie at 1 for 5th place. Okay. So if you see your name on there, that just means you got to go get some more recruits. So you're not tied with this many people. Okay. All right. In 4th place, we have a 80 million way tie with 2. Okay. But in all reality, guys, you got Sarah Brownfield, Shelly, Vandermeer, Arden and Natasha Hoxie, Angela Fincher, Danny Oliver, Jason Harlow, and Dana and Malcolm Martin, all with 2 team recruits. Great job, guys. And then in 3rd place for team recruits below RVP, we have Leah Morehart, Arden Hoxie, Dana Malcolm, and Shelby Vandermeer with 3. All their names were on there a second ago, but that's okay. And then we have Jarrell and Jackie with 6. It's the Halloween. The recognition got scared, and I don't know what happened there. But and then in 1st place, guys, only one number 1. My mom, Karen Stump, with 7. Great job. All right, now we have I think it's above. Yep, RVP and above team recruits. So RVP and above team recruits. In 3rd place, we have Team Phoenix with 6. Great job, guys. And then in 2nd place, we have the Fearless Hustlers with 9. Great job. And then there's only one number 1, guys. Only one number 1, Team Redemption, with 16.5. Great job with that half recruit, guys. 16.5. Good work. All right, next we have Team Premium below RVP. Okay, so below RVP, this is life insurance dollars helped. We have Kia and Margaret Fry with 987. Great job. We have number in 4th place, Michael DeLisi with $1,178. Great work. And then 3rd place, Calvin and Sierra Brandt with 1,368. And then in 2nd place, Sharita Mayberry and Dewan Hood. I think I said your name right. If I didn't, I'm sorry. But we have 14-15. So great work, guys. And below RVP, only one number 1, guys. Let's see who that is. We have Sadie Hanks with $4,006. Great job, Sadie, below RVP, killing it. Good work. All right. We have Team Premium for RVP and above. In 3rd place, Team Grind with 2,840. In 2nd place, Team Redemption with 8,243. And there's only one number 1, guys, and it is the Fearless Hustlers sweeping the floor this month with premium. Great job, guys, with $18,542 in premium. Great work. And guys, Builder School recognition for base shops. These are RVP, Regional Vice President, base shops for Builder School registrations, for the next Builder School, which is in Tampa. You guys heard Nate talk about that earlier. Guys, there's the code for you to grab that. Make sure you get that. And I guess we didn't have the numbers on there. I thought they were on there, but I might have skipped past them. It's okay. We're going to month end. We're just gonna roll through this, guys. It's the Halloween recognition. So we have newest senior rep, Kay Black. Great job, Kay, with your senior rep promotion. Guys, give it up for Kay in the chat. Good, big deal there, guys. Getting your first promotion. You do it once, you can do it again. Great job. All right, guys, stud trophy this week. So last week's winner, we had Nate and Mel Braley. They got the stud trophy and a new baby at the same time. So great job and congrats on that, guys. All right, this week in third place, we have Jerome and Mel Cooper. So give it up for those guys. Good work there, third place. In second place, David Pepper coming out of the woodwork and closing some business. Great job, David. And guys, there's only one number one for the stud trophy this week. And I don't know who this is, so we're all gonna be surprised at the same time. Calvin and Sierra Brent, great job, guys. Getting it done this week, month end. Super excited for you all. That's a big deal, guys. Great work. Guys, hey, that's all we got for you tonight. That's all my computer's got. It's all my computer's able to do and handle. Apparently, I don't know what is happening with my computer right now, but it's incredible. But guys, hey, it's 7:38. Okay, so you had allocated in your calendar tonight until 8:30 to be on this meeting, which means you got 52 minutes of time that you were not expecting, that you don't got to go do. So you can stay right where you are and do the things that we were just talking about doing. Go put some business in tonight and go make something happen, guys. I know Jarrell and Jack, you're going to go close the Life app. I got one I'm going to go and fight for. We'll see if I close. I don't know if it's going to close or not. We're going to do our best though. I got a meeting here in a few minutes, guys. Go make something happen tonight, guys. Listen, worst case scenario, you go make all these calls, you go set up these appointments, and you have an explosive beginning of the next month. All right, and I'll just say, like, this morning or this afternoon, I was driving to go get Freya from school, and I made a bunch of phone calls trying to set appointments for tonight, and none of them could meet tonight. But guess what I got next Monday? 6 personal recruit appointments because of it. Okay, guys, go make something happen. Go make it happen to close out the month, guys.